What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Tiege Hanley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Tiege Hanley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people, and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Tiege Hanley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Tiege Hanley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I'm your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, friends and family? Thanks for last night's show. The name Room 9 is on point. Blessings to you and your family, AD. Shout out to Enos. I appreciate you, Enos. Michelle says good morning. Will Nola says what up? Kay Cooper says what up? Will Nola says good morning. Your car's in the building. Better Jordan, what up though? Major Gains was good. A done. Solution Trucking Channel. King Manasseh, For-Profit Store says what up? Heavy Duty Shorty. Knew this property tax hike was coming. Don't feel sorry for him. Distinguished Gentleman, Crown, Chadford Morris, Jason 18, ROI, Point for Point, Miss Mimi, K, what up, K Cooper, J Ben, what up, my guy, Keisha, AT Acura, what's happening, Gerald Sparrow, Rosita Attila, Quasar, Rod on Politics, what's going on, Bull City, I appreciate everybody, R&B Queen, the R&B Queen is in the building, Trees, you here? You here, Trees? What up to all of my friends that's in the building? I appreciate y'all. Hopefully, Jennifer, what's going on? Mr. Youngblood City. Natwan, Distinguished Gentleman, John Dewberry, Boss Life Trucker, Keisha, Desiree, Harry. You know, I know a lot of y'all I love. Kebra. What up, Keeper says good morning. Charleston, South Carolina is in the building. Ari, what's going on? Where y'all checking in from, man? Where y'all checking in from? Where y'all checking in from? Christopher Evans, what's going on? Jesse Xavier, Andre Kingston, Major Gains in the building. Yannick, where y'all checking in from? Let me see where y'all checking in from. Dallas, Texas, Durham, NYC, Manhattan, Augusta, Hog, Netherlands. What up to the Netherlands in front of Harlem? Maryland in the building. Grand Rapids, Michigan, Virginia, Nashville, North Carolina, NYC. I got a lot of people from New York in here. Live from Buffalo, Austin, Kansas City, Gwinnett, Funtown, Trenton, New Jersey, Oregon, Greensboro, Mississippi. I love Mississippi. Tampa, Nowhere, Texas, middle of nowhere, Texas. Wisconsin, U.S. Virgin Islands, Orlando, ATL, Berlin. What up to my people in Berlin? Fort Pierce, Florida, Jacksonville, Bowie, Fort Pierce, Gotham, Jacksonville, Richmond, California, Memphis, Fontana, California, heart of West Baltimore, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, You know what's so funny about Louisiana? I was looking at a video yesterday. If you are in Louisiana, you need to get the fuck out of Louisiana immediately. And I'm not even talking about the crime. I'm talking about like the fact that y'all are under sea level. Man, Louisiana is one big sinkhole, bro. You on a Delta One flight? Shout out to my Delta One flight captain, exec in the building, Anaheim, California. I love Anaheim, California. Check the video of the Chicago mom and her kid being jumped. Kids, Chicago has real life demons. Yo, y'all got to get the hell out of Louisiana, bro. Honestly, I know y'all love it. I know y'all. Louisiana and Baltimore has the most distinguished drawl accent. Louisiana is, bro. Louisiana is under. It is under sea level. I was looking at a video yesterday. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if I can find it. I think this is it right here. Bro, this ain't nothing but a sinkhole.
What the fuck is that? That sound like the fucking ocean underneath the. Bitch, we going under. We is about.
I seen this. I said, bro, this is the demons. Bro, who's still hanging out in Louisiana? Absolutely a fun time to visit. What's up to my girl Aaliyah? Absolutely a fun place to visit, but man, don't y'all know Louisiana is one step away from ending up in the middle of the ocean somewhere? Bro, Louisiana is gone, man. Seriously, y'all just gonna have to accept that in certain parts of the United States of America, that's just gonna fall off. It's gone. Bro, my camera is so crispy. My camera is so crispy. I can't even cap. My camera is crispy. If you live in Louisiana, man, you got to get up out of there, bro. It's one step away from being in the ocean itself. Seriously, I don't know why they ain't told y'all to get up out of Louisiana. I don't even know why they're going to arrest migrants down in Louisiana, bro. I was just looking at a video where they said, because, obviously we was going about the ICE operations that was happening over in Charlotte. Charlotte. It's ICE operations that was happening in Charlotte. And then they make an announcement that they was heading to Louisiana.
New Orleans is also reportedly set to see increased Border Patrol activity soon. Agencies in the metro area are already coordinating with the feds in preparation of that. Let's bring in Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry now. Governor Landry, welcome to you. Can you give us an update on this? And are there plans in place for federal authorities to move in on the ground there in New Orleans?
Well, of course, Sandra, we never do talk about some of the things we're doing to fight crime ahead of time. But I can tell you that we have been working closely with our federal partners. This summer, we did an Operation Violent Crime crackdown here in the capital city in Baton Rouge, resulting in a number of violent criminal arrests. Of course, we stood up the Louisiana lockup right at the end of the summer as well, which is where ICE can hold some of the worst of the worst around the country. And we do know that New Orleans is a place under which we've had illegal criminal activity, alien activity in and around that city. Chief Hanley, who is the chief of police from Kenner, has consistently had problems with illegal aliens conducting very violent crime in and around the city and his city, and has been consistently working with the feds to try to crack that down.
What can you tell us about this immigration raid operation in Kenner, Louisiana, just outside of New Orleans? That the raid operation at the city's boat launch. Can you give us any details on that?
Yeah, I can look again. That's the chief of police I was talking to you about, Tiege Hanley. He has been working with me ever since I was Attorney General and complaining to the rest of law enforcement and to state officials and anybody who would listen that his city was under siege by illegal aliens who did nothing but conduct criminal activity. And so he's been working closely with ICE and the Louisiana State Police in order to break those gangs up. And I will tell you that when ICE is ready, we certainly welcome them to come into the city and be able to start taking some of these dangerous criminal illegal aliens off of our streets. And we've got a place to put them at Angola.
All right, real quick.
So the governor of Louisiana is Republican. New Orleans is liberal. I almost believe, forget ICE agents heading over to Louisiana, forget ICE agents taking over that place. I believe that there are certain cities that we just need to go ahead and let go. I believe that there are certain cities that we just need to go ahead and let go. Shit, we might as well let go of some of these states. If it wasn't for the economic activity in some of these states, we might need to let them go. What's up, Aaliyah? Reading that shortly. We might need to let go people that's based off of economic activity in some of these states. Because New Orleans is, in my opinion, is demonic. I'm going to talk about New York in a second, Aaliyah. I think that New Orleans is demonic, bro. The only reason that people go back to New Orleans is because they want to party without no consequences. You go down to New Orleans, everything in New Orleans is demonic, bro. Everything is spirit-filled. I wouldn't even walk in some of them shops in New Orleans because I remember doing a report on a woman that owned a shop that would put some kind of spirit dust on the top of the door so that when people would walk in, it kind of sprinkled this little dust on people and then they would be affected by it. And I do believe in spirits. Like, I believe in all of that stuff. I think that the first place to go in the United States of America when it comes to activity is New Orleans, man. New Orleans was fucked up before Hurricane Katrina. Hurricane Katrina just brought more visibility to it. We all think that we know hoods. We think that we know the streets. And trust me, most hoods are all the same, just a different twang, a different draw, a different group of characters. Most of them are the same across the United States of America. Detroit, the hoods in the red zone of Detroit is the same as the hoods in the south side of Chicago, which is the same over there in Memphis. It's the same over there in Milwaukee. It's the same over there in Cali. It's the same over there in New York and Harlem. It's the same over there in the Bronx. It's the same down there in Baltimore. We all got hoods in every single major city in the United States of America. But New Orleans is different. New Orleans is different. Let me tell you why New Orleans is different. Let's say, for example, you go to Chicago or even Detroit, right? And let's say you in the hood in one of those places. Because, again, even down in Miami, you go over there to Little Haiti, over town and all of that, it's crazy. I already showed y'all some of the footage of me being down there, right? But if you go to New Orleans, it's different, though, because when you come to any other major city, let's say, again, let's use Chicago, right? Chicago, now I ain't had no bad experience. Listen, I ain't never got caught nobody hood slipping ever in my life. So listen, just because I speak on something don't mean I don't know about it, but it don't mean that I'm also a victim. I'm nobody's victim, all right? But if you go to Chicago, when you leave certain spaces, it's fucked up, and we about to go straight into Chicago with the property taxes. It's fucked up as Chicago is, they have a beautiful downtown. They have culture. They have, some good things, great people. You got public transportation that's going down the drain. They're going to run the city down into bankruptcy, but you still have great spaces. The suburbs is awesome. New Orleans is just fucked up.
I went down to New Orleans the last time I was in Biloxi, and I spent a few days driving around all around New Orleans, man. It's fucked up everywhere, bro. Like, they don't have no real industry. They don't have, you know, you can leave the hood and experience Detroit, right? You come downtown or you go down to the Avenue of Fashion over there on Livernois, over on the west side of the D, or in some spaces over on the east side, or you can go out to Birmingham. That's where all of the athletes and everybody live that got big money and stuff like that. Bro, in New Orleans, it's just New Orleans, bro. It's just New Orleans. Like, that is not a place to ever raise a child in. Bro, think about it like this, man. When Katrina hit, everybody that was in New Orleans moved to like 3 places. Most of them went over to somewhere in Texas, Houston. Some of them went over to Atlanta. And then a lot of them went over to like little different spots like Florida and stuff like that. Most of them people never went back. They never went back. None of the people that made it out, the big people, the Birdman, the Lil Wayne and all of them, they got the fuck up out of there. Master P and them got up out of there. Everybody left. Zion Williamson went down there and got finessed. You know what I'm saying? It's messed up. It's messed up. The only good thing that's happening down in New Orleans right now is one of the Ball brothers. You know what I'm saying? The youngest one. It's crazy. They never went back down into New Orleans, man. They didn't, bro. They really didn't, bro. It was bad. It's bad down there, bro. I drove through New Orleans, man. I thought that y'all be talking about Alabama and Mississippi. Fuck that, nigga. Go to New Orleans. No, G-Unit is in Shreveport. I ain't saying that's that much better, but I ain't never been to Shreveport. I drove around New Orleans, bro. I hit the lock on my side of my car. I was like, bro, I wouldn't even, you know what, every city that I go into, especially the bigger cities, but Anton, where you see economic downturn, you don't see an opportunity, not there. Not there. They under sea level. They under sea level. If you look at a lot of the houses over there in New Orleans, they're up in the air. So the bottom is just steps, right? It's steps. And it's like 3 stories high where the house start in the air because they're used to flooding. They're used to the hurricanes and the storms and the stuff and flooding. Go look, man. Listen, go see America, bro. Go see America, man. Go see America. Go see the good. Go see the bad. Go see the place where you live. You don't need a passport to go and see all of the different places in America. It's so much to see in this place. Bro, the houses is on stilts. It's on stilts. Everybody be sitting outside with their shirt off, with dreads on, looking like they just got out of a coal mine. Got a stick in their mouth. Eyes yellow from the jaundice or something. I don't know why their eyes was yellow. All I know, bro, right outside of the French Quarter, right outside of Mardi Gras area, it's the hood. It's the hood. Nigga moving the refrigerator from the top to the bottom. They got it hanging with some sheets. What the fuck is that? This is crazy out here. That's how they be looking. We got a stick in his mouth. Got one of these. Hold on, let me see. Look like this. Got it in his mouth. It never fall. No matter how much he talk, it never fall. Women is beat. The women are beat down in New Orleans. When they get out, for whatever reason, they're able to get themselves together. But when they be in it, they look just like some slaves, bro. The guys be like, I said, what the fuck is New Orleans? Did they ever come out of the way that they was? Did New Orleans get free? Ain't nobody get free in New Orleans? Did anybody get free to New Orleans? They came up to my car talking about, need some smoke. Man, if you don't get the fuck away from my car, nigga, get the fuck away from me. I don't know you niggas. Who is in New Orleans? They just need to give it to the people. Give it to the illegals. Ship them all down to New Orleans, bro. It's crazy down there. I ain't gonna lie. Like if you a young person, you in your mid to early 20s, getting into the 26, 27 range, it's fun to go visit. You go out there and hang out. You one step away from dying, the police will step in. They just there to make sure ain't nobody dying. Nigga, it's no man's land out there. They can go out there, they can do whatever they want to do. If you guys, when you get some money, get up out of there, bro. Get up out of New Orleans, change your ways, change your views. Get people in Houston. This is how bad New Orleans was. When people in New Orleans moved over to Houston, niggas got mad, like, y'all ain't going home. I started talking to people. I said, hey, man, why Houston is... I was talking to people in Houston because I was complaining. I said, man, this city is fucked up, man. Like, you get from one side to... I wasn't even talking about the people. I was talking about the design of the city. This is the honest to God truth. I'm talking about the design of the city. I said, man, why traffic so fucked up in New Orleans? It take you an hour to get from one side to the other. You know, this and that, this and that. They said I was in the chicken joint. They said, that's because everybody in New Orleans in leave. I said, what? I said, what you mean? They all came over here and they stayed. They gave them that government money and they decided to stay. That's when you see some of these restaurants. This wasn't here. You know, they changing the culture over here in Houston. It's different over here now. It'd be a lot of niggas from New Orleans. They never left. I said, dog, y'all got a civil war. Y'all got a civil war over in New Orleans? They never left. They came over here for Katrina and they were supposed to go back home and rebuild. They gonna stay. Dog was mad. He was mad as hell they had the New Orleans people over there. Yeah, they said crime got insane. What we trying to say from New Orleans? Huh? They blew up the levees. You had George Bush riding down looking on you. Look at him. Look at New Orleans. They blew up the levees down there in New Orleans. Hey, man. Hey, low key, Bush was at the helm for a lot of shit that fucked up here. We had 9/11 under Bush. We had layoffs. We had war. They was chasing Saddam Hussein. Saddam was like, what I do? Y'all niggas put me in power. I ain't did nothing but what y'all told me to do. Hey, yeah, but we need a scapegoat in order to keep George W. Keep George W. inside of office. We need a scapegoat. So we put you here. We're going to take you out. George W., he was sitting there flying over, looking at the levees, looking at y'all niggas on top of the houses. Hey, come and get me. It's alligators. It was alligators swimming around y'all houses on the rooftops, and y'all was looking for some help. He was like, hey, turn left. Turn left. Look at them down there, standing on top of their house rooftops. Alligators eating all of the babies. Hey, this is just like back in Pharaoh's time when they threw all of the babies from the Hebrews. We threw them inside of there. We said, let my people go. Yo, George W., y'all should be, now I understand why black people don't really fuck with Republicans, because some of y'all still alive from George W. Some of y'all niggas gonna have to die off in order for you to switch back over to being conservative. because you felt some type of way because you had George Bush at the helm. So, some of these niggas got to die off because they still bitter about what George W. said. George W. was sitting there, he had his legs crossed like Obama. Look at him. Oh, shit. Where's FEMA? FEMA. Get FEMA on the line. Some of y'all got to die off because you still bitter. You still bitter, bro. Dick Cheney. Yep. They did a tribute to Dick Cheney. I said, that's what took me so long to switch from being liberal to being conservative. Because I remember what you're doing a good job, Brownie. That's what took me so long. That's why they think that conservatives are racist. That's why they think that conservatives are racist, because y'all still dealing with generational trauma. It's a new regime, bro. And we don't have the same people. We got them out of there. Y'all got to let it go, bro. Y'all got to let it go. Okay, yeah, I hated George W. too. That motherfucker had me so broke. George W. had me so broke out here, bro. Nigga. Y'all wouldn't even recognize me. You wouldn't even recognize me. Let me see if I can find an old picture of my suffering. I don't even know if I got suffering pictures anymore. I was so broken and traumatized by what I was witnessing. Let me see if I can go through the archives. I was so broken and traumatized by what I had experienced during the 2008 crisis. I think I almost buried that. Mentally, I think I had, like, at some point pretty much buried that part of my life, because nobody was meant to. No. Hey, nobody is meant to fall off like that. Nigga, the fall off was so epic. The fall off was so crazy. I might have deleted every picture. And nigga, I don't want no parts of this shit. How do I get to it? I don't know if I can get to it from here. Let me see. Yeah, the fall off was insane. So nigga, I don't know if I can come back from this. If I can make it out of that, anybody can make it, bro. You hear me? If I can make it out of 2008, anybody can make it, bro. Look at my app crashing. It said it don't want me to go and pull none of this shit up. If it crashed again, I'm going to go ahead and just go to the next part of the show. Crashed again. The fall off was crazy. I don't even think I got no old pictures. I'm gonna pull up some of these old pictures in my phone, bro. Because y'all need to see it. Y'all need to see it for yourself. You got to see it for yourself, bro. It was something to behold. It was the worst time in history. Trying to tell you, y'all think that y'all know. You think you know ball? And I was out here looking bad. I was doing bad out in these streets, bro. And I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I'm gonna have to go into the archives. I'm pretty sure I got some stuff out here in these streets. But the archives was crazy, nigga. It was crazy. Yeah, dog. I'm gonna have to go into the archives one day to show y'all what fall off really feel like. That's why I don't have no sympathy, man. I don't be having no excuses for nobody. Cause I'll be like, man, if I can get out of there during the George Bush era, nigga, I know y'all can make it. I wasn't bald. I had hair. I was losing it rapidly because I was so fucking stressed out, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to figure it out. I was working out my salvation. I had turned back to God. Oh man, I had turned back to God. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Get up out of New Orleans, man. Get up out of New Orleans. I had hair. Let me see if I could. You know what? Yeah. See if I can remember my password. Might require up. Password is incorrect. All right, I got to figure that out. I got to figure it out later. But it was rough. It was a rough time in my life. I'll always remember it. I'll never forget it. And it helps me to remember. Password is never love a hoe. Oh! Y'all some wild boys in the chat. Man, let me read these super chats so we can move on with the show. I ain't messing with y'all, man. Y'all the worst, bro. Y'all the worst ever. Hold on. Let me get the cash apps. You fighting to stay saved in the chat? Oh man. Them boys is wild in the chat. Be careful, man. Oh, snaps. I think I might have got in. Yo, I think I might have got in, bro. I just got in. Just got in. Anton. Yeah, it was rough. It was a rough time. I ain't had no beard. Started losing my hair. See that? Oh, it was a rough time. I ain't showing you the whole thing, bro. It's a rough time, man. Shit. It was a rough time. See, Anton, I'm rough. It's rough out there. I just got off of work, my nigga. I just got off work. See that? I was tired, nigga. Oh, snaps. Tom was out here trying to figure it out, my nigga. Damn, what's up with the clarity on this bitch? Tom was trying to figure it out. Niggas was trying to capture a moment on me. Fuck. Better days. Better days. Better days. Days are coming to me. Better days are coming to me. My fucking hairline was leaving. My hair was leaving. Oh, shit. I got to get this off my phone. We're going to cancel all of this shit. God damn it. I was trying to hold on to my hair. I was trying to hold on. I was trying to hold on to my hair. Oh, this is such a painful memory. Better days are ahead. Better days. Oh no, this is when I started getting money again. Yeah. I started getting money again. Nah, I wasn't getting money on this part. Better days with a full head of hair. Better days with the waves in my hair. My eyes was red. I was fucking tired. Oh, better days. Remember, guys. Remember, whatever you going through, I've been there. I've been there. I don't ever ask nobody for no fucking super chats. Nigga, suck my dick. I don't ask nobody for nothing. I appreciate the people that look out. Tom Dog ain't never asked nobody for nothing. Remember that, nigga. Remember that. Niggas be lying on me. You know, boy, don't ever lie on me. Shout out to my dog, Mike, that dude. I appreciate you. Says thank you for your value. Christopher Williams, I appreciate you for holding me down. Yes. Yes. Let me read some of these super chats so we can get on with the show. I'm not about to keep on suffering. She said, I love AD. AD love you too. AD love you too. Yo, it's Eric says, good morning, AD and everyone. What up, though? Aaliyah says, happy Tuesday, AD. Thanks for having me last night. You look so nice last night, Aaliyah. Who that Washington says, AD, I saw the signs 5 years ago. People in New Orleans don't understand what's going to happen. Won't happen from the hurricanes, but from the ground up. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yo, it's Eric says, George W. Bush gave you character, AD. That nigga tried to kill me. George W. tried to kill me. I stand on that. I stand on that. George W. tried to take me out. TS Car Wash in Detail says, nah, Zion wanted that girl. Me University, this homie grabs Anton Crush by the hand, walks in the house, comes back later, A-time. Don't you ever fall in love with a hoe. Oh, you know that story. I told that story. I was like, how old was I? 11, 12 years old, 13? TS Car Wash and Detail Services, AD got that Lamar Odom head. Eric Wealth here says, AD just proved man can get any chick he wants, just need confidence. This man had Rita with a bad struggling hairline. That's a fact. I can get my hair back now, though, because I got money. I got money. I got money, baby. Y'all ready to continue on with the show? George W. Bush is the reason why I voted for Obama. Manny Plays PC says, Anton always says he will never ask, but always appreciate super chats. That's a fact. That's a fact. Hold me down. People in the chat, hold me down. All right, y'all, let's pivot. So we went through the suffering. I gave y'all a reason why y'all needed to get up out of there. And so now we got to head over to Chicago. All right. Chicago. Chicago. I can't believe this. I meant to talk about this yesterday, but it's okay. We here now.
People have gathered here tonight at Harmony Community Church here in Lawndale as they're trying to light the way to fairness with this bonfire and discussion tonight. Many homeowners across Chicago receiving a hefty property tax increase in the mail, and they're all wondering where that money is going.
How can you maintain your home if your taxes are constantly going up?
Homeowners in Lawndale are searching for answers together tonight about their property tax hikes. Community leaders partnered with the Lawndale Christian Development Corporation to host this bonfire, allowing neighbors to discuss their options. One man says he received a bill this week that was $977 more than what he paid last year.
Tax increase is tied to a TIF that I have no idea why. Ogden Pulaski TIF is collecting money from our neighbors in our streets, but we're not being notified for what or why it's in the bill.
The group discussed a number of
solutions
for the issue, including an effort to propose new.
Let me tell you what happens, all right? When they propose this new stuff, because he's saying, oh man, the tax money is being proposed for a TIF, blah, 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 right? What happens is when new things are introduced, which is the reason why I'm so concerned about you guys over in New York. When they first make a proposal, it's like the schools, right? They'll always say, hey, listen, we're going to use this for this. We're going to make it better. So the question that you have to ask yourself is, when has that ever happened? When has schools ever happened because they started to introduce the lottery? And they said, listen, we're going to use the lottery money in order to improve the schools. We're going to have all of the money. And you know what they do? They redirect it. They pivot. It only takes one situation, one budget shortfall, one whatever. And then they use some kind of creative rule that allocates the money from your TIF or your lottery or your schools or whatever it is that you want to come up with. And they reallocate that into the budget. And then they introduce a new person that is going to present to you a new idea. And we're just going to raise taxes just one little bit more, just a little bit more, just a little bit more, just a teeny bit more. We're only going to tax rich people 2% more. Hey, listen, you guys can pay 2% more. You're already paying 50% of your taxes. Pay 2% more. And then they reallocate the money. So now the people in Chicago are saying, hey, listen, I got this TIF. I haven't seen no improvement. I haven't seen any improvement with police presence. Our schools is fucked up. Everything is messed up. And one thing that Chicago said in their $1.6 billion annual budget deficit, which they are going to continue to have a budget deficit, I feel so good right now because I warned you. I warned you. I warned the people in Chicago when I said it. I've been saying it. I've been pitching it to you. I told you exactly what's going to happen. I literally gave you the blueprint for how they were going to run the city in the ground. I also predicted, which is going to come true eventually, that eventually you're going to have a doom loop and the city will be on the verge of bankruptcy sooner rather than later. I have been preaching this to the rooftops for the last 5 years. I said, listen, you guys are going to suffer. You have the three pitches of death right now, okay? You have a declining economy because you want to overtax people, and so the people that are paying the majority of the taxes, you're going to run them off. And guess what happens when you run off the majority of the people that run the taxes? It always comes back to you. Rich people don't suffer. Rich people don't pay more taxes. They leave because they have the availability to do so, and then they put it on you. You are going to be the one. The residents are the ones that are paying for them skyscrapers. They paying for y'all bad credit in Chicago, right? Because Chicago's credit rating went down. They're paying for a lack of police presence. They're paying for the illegal migrants. They're paying for your infrastructure problems. They're paying Saudi Arabia for them owning your streets. You guys have literally embraced the worst thing for yourselves. And I warned you, I've been trying to preach this to the top of the mountains since forever. I've been going off on Brandon Johnson and Lori Lightfoot since forever. And guess what y'all did? Nigga, shut the fuck up. Stop talking about Chicago. Don't talk about us no more. This and that, so on and so forth. Now look at you. Now look at you. Now they've raised your property taxes in some instances 90, 102%. They've raised your property taxes double. They're going to take your property. You can't afford to live there anymore. Some of y'all getting property tax bills $2,000, $3,000 more than it was last year. You are in a doom loop. Doom loop. And I warned you. But you know one thing about us is that we complain afterwards and we try to do something reactionary, but we never take proactive steps when somebody is telling you. It's like, hey guys, the flood is coming. The flood is coming. Hey, we got to do something different. We got to stop this. Thank you, Tabby. I appreciate you. You like the gray? The gray like you too. And then this is what y'all got to deal with. Now y'all dealing with the property tax
policy, which would be modeled after California's Prop 13. That would limit property taxes to 1% of assessed value with annual increases capped at 2%. Homeowners are also frustrated because they feel like they're not seeing the tax hikes lead to notable investment in their neighborhoods.
There's been a divestment in this community for the most part, but it seems like now that people have found an interest in reclaiming the neighborhood, now it's like we're being taxed for prosperity.
Cook County Treasurer Maria Pappas also spoke earlier today on the tax bills while at a Rainbow Push event. She says there are new avenues for homeowners.
Go ahead, take your neighborhood back, y'all. Take the hood back. You know what they're going to do? They're going to charge you for it. You know why? Because you can't just buy up the hood and that be it. Let me tell you how I learned this lesson. And let me tell you why I am the new leader of the Black community. I have designated myself, absolutely, Enos, I got you. I have designated myself the fixer of the Black community, the truth teller, the new Martin Luther King. I know you're going to hate me for it. That's why I ain't picked Malcolm X. I'm the new Martin Luther King of the Black community. You know why? Because I've been through it so that you don't have to. And I'm going to give you the game, but you're going to hate me for it. And then you're going to come around and you're going to appreciate it afterwards. This is how I know you can't just buy up the block. This is why you don't listen to rappers. This is why you don't listen to motherfuckers that's just talking and just throwing stuff out there. When I started buying and building houses long ago, buying houses, building houses more recently within the last 2 to 3 years, I've been building houses, right? When I started buying and building, I started looking at things a little differently because I wasn't using any capital after a certain point. I wasn't using any financing. I didn't need no banks. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy up all of the houses. I'm going to fix them up. I'm going to put people in and all of this stuff, so on and so forth. But what I realized is I was limiting the amount of power that I had because no matter how much I tried to change the community and buy it up, I was still subjected to the bad decisions of the majority of the people that lived there because they were still voting the same way that they did. So some of these cities that I would buy up property and build up in, I would do a little bit of research and I realized that some of these people or some of these cities that are ran by the most incompetent leaders that are voted on by the people that are residents there, they have some of the highest property taxes. What? That means that I had to get involved with the leadership just to be able to create an environment that was going to be ideal for you to raise your children in. It wasn't enough for me to own and buy the property and put people in there and do affordable housing. And that's why I'm able to see through all of these bullshit politicians that pitch y'all that ain't never had a job, ain't never built nothing, ain't never paid property taxes. It wasn't enough. I also had to get involved in politics. I had to influence city council. I had to determine how they were going to do things. I had to work with business leaders to say, hey, listen, we're going to invest in this city. Why? Because the more that we put money into the city and we give jobs, not only do we make money, but we also lower the cost of living for the people that live there. Because it is the business community that drives investment, drives success, and it drives lower property taxes for the people. You can't even have a conversation about lowering your property taxes because the city needs it. And that is the lifeblood of it. They don't use it anymore for just schools and infrastructure and police services. They're using it to fill bad decisions from past administrations, and they continue to kick the can down the road. So when I listen to these people say this dumb shit online and they say, oh man, just buy up the block, buy up your neighborhood. Nope. It has to be multiple different things that work at the same time that ensures you become successful in your own city. Otherwise, you'll get a fucking Flint. Everybody will leave. Property be cheap, but you have to get business leaders to participate. Otherwise, you don't even have the capital investment to fix your infrastructure. Then you start getting corroded pipes. Then you get fucking potholes. Then you get police leaving, and they can't even recruit enough police to want to work there because they can go over to greener pastures. Because unlike what you think, and even though you want to elect a socialist, what you really doing is signing your own demise. Let me break it down for you. Socialism is death for a city because cities have to compete with other cities for resources, from the federal government all the way over to other business leaders. Why would a business invest in your city and give jobs and have taxes being taken out and create a conducive environment when they can go over there? So when you say, oh, I want to tax the billionaires don't no longer have to be there. So the cities have to compete for investment from other business leaders in order for them to be successful. That's why Detroit is able to have a comeback. That's why Detroit, despite having a liberal city, is the only major liberal city that has had 11 consecutive years of surpluses in their budget. 11 consecutive years of surpluses in their budget. Meanwhile, Chicago got a $1.6 billion budget deficit. Los Angeles, same thing, $1.5 billion budget deficit. Denver, $300 million budget deficit. Memphis, $300 million budget deficit. New York, $4.4 billion budget deficit because it takes the business community, politicians, and the residents working together. You cannot have success unless you have all three working together to be successful. You can know it by just looking at some of these suburban cities. I don't have to guess about Chicago. The numbers tell me that it is a dying city. The property taxes, the people suffering, it is a dying city. I don't have to listen to a fucking politician. All I got to do is pull up y'all property records. All I got to do is look at the police budget. All I got to do is look at where it is that y'all allocating y'all resources. You can't fix the city. You can't fix it. Even when you vote, let's say you get a different mayor, you still got the same fucking aldermen. The aldermen are the ones that have the keys to the city as far as approving the budgets, right? Their main job is to approve the budget. They voted to get themselves fucking raises, though. They voted to get themselves raises. If you don't run the city like a business and you elect a geography teacher to sit here and give you all this blackity black shit, you know what the black community needs? Let me tell you what the black community needs. The black community needs two things. It needs education and it needs money. Not from the federal government. They need an opportunity to provide for themselves. That is the key to success. That is the key to success. When you see what is happening in Chicago, remember, I told you so. I don't give a fuck what black leader you sit there and put on a pedestal. I don't care how much diversity, equity, and inclusion that you put it in there. You are going to fall. You will suffer. You will suffer. You know why? You know why? Because you don't understand what it takes in order to be successful. None of these people was ever successful on their own. You can't have a lifetime politician come in and fix a city. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it because you upset with what I'm telling you right now. But I am telling you that you are literally killing yourself and you're going to get your house took. You're going to get your house took. And more business leaders are leaving Chicago, or more businesses are leaving every single day. And it's going to be literally going to be on the backs of the residents, and they can't afford it no more. They broken. They done. It's over. It's over. They having a fucking property tax bonfire. You know what that's called? That's called hoping. That's called praying. That's wishing. That's niggas wishing on a. They wishing on a star. They wishing, they hoping, they praying to God. God, come and save me. God, come and save me. They having a property, it says it right there, a property tax bonfire. A property tax bonfire in Chicago. These niggas is the new Indians. Right before the white people came in with a chickenpox blanket and threw it right over. Black people in Chicago are the new Indians. Hold on, let me go get my king. This is the cover that they gave the Indians when they came over here. Hey, get us a little bonfire going. Hey, get your ancestors' ashes, sprinkle them around. We wishing. Oh, ancestors from way down yonder, give us a sign. Let the geography teacher will relieve us. Oh, it's the smoke of the ancestors. Oh, it's a sign. They're going to fix our community. Only thing we got to do is keep on going the same way we're going. Vote, diversity, equity, and inclusion. I got a sign. I talked to the ancestors. They visited me overnight. They told me they're sending a savior. Our property taxes will be low. The streets will be safe. The children, they will be able to walk to school. YNs will no longer plague us. For so long, we've suffered under the reign and the tyranny of so many before us. They said that they would come and deliver us. They would take money from the white people and from the rich people. And they would give it back to the people. For so long, so many have forsaken us. And I've traveled so far and so long, my Lord. We just have to be delivered relief. We just have to believe. Oh. But who will come and save us? The ancestors, they have given us a sign. And they will relieve us. Nope. Just good old-fashioned capitalism. Good old-fashioned capitalism. from the Blackfoot slap a whole tribe. This is what, bro. This we might as well just go ahead and embrace what it is. We hoping, wishing, hope, wishing. Michelle told me that we have to have more hope. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. This is what you guys have to look forward to, because you don't want to listen to somebody that can give you some insight on how you can do things differently. So now the people is over in Chicago with 100% tax hikes. Let me read some super chats. Oh, we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about it today. Miss Mimi. Oh, my girl Mimi is in the building. Says last night was the epitome of the reason you changed the name to Room 9. It was fun as always to be on the panel, but I still have a slight headache. That's what we do. That's what we do. Elam says y'all have to go vote locally and vote against 90% of the propositions because most of them are fraudulent. Anton did say he was finna tax. Are y'all not a part of the Patreon? Are y'all not a part of the Patreon before we get into it? We got Room 9 tonight after hours. Are y'all not a part of the Patreon? If y'all not part of the Patreon, if you're not sharing this with your friends and family, hey, yeah. Hey. Come on, get your life together. Get your life together. Enos says, AD, can I get a shout out to all of my fellow bag chasers that are cyclists? I have the best stocking stuffers for cyclists. Much thanks. Check out Enos R9 Cybertech. Enos Luby in the building. We love Enos. Shout out to you, bro. Don Obi-Wan Beats says, what up, AD? I'm a bag chaser from North Carolina. I want to thank you for all of the information in Patreon. Tell them to join the Patreon. I've started my YouTube journey, and while I have a long way to go, I'm going to keep grinding. Shout out to you. Justin Paul says, thanks for all of the game in the Patreon, AD. I'm applying the info to my YouTube channel and working on making quality content. I have a long way to go, but I'm glad I joined the Chasers. Make sure y'all tap into the not only the Patreon, but join the Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description of any of the most recent videos inside of the Patreon. TS Car Wash and Detail Service says, you a meme now with cover. Jason Statham says, the real Chicago Blackhawks. Sly White says that diatribe is why we super chat. Our supercharged Patreon level game that just flowed naturally. Vance Daniels 2028. Truly $1 million worth of game for $9.99. Talk about it. Jesse V says, I pity anybody who walks away from the screen and come back to find Antoning once again. You know, listen, for anybody that walks away and you don't take your phone with you, or you don't keep your iPad with you, or you don't turn up the volume when you go to use the bathroom, you might miss out. You might miss out. You don't know what the hell is going to happen on the show on a daily basis. We may turn into Indians. We may turn into Obama. We don't know. I don't even know what the fuck I'm going to do on a daily basis. What's going on? What did I miss in my Drake? What did I miss? Look how white my teeth are. What did I miss? Look how white my teeth. What did I miss? Dr. Umar is going to block you for making a mockery of African people. He's still talking about black and white people being an entertainer. James Luke Divine says, Anton is too funny, man. He going to make me crash the whip. Chase Barnes says, happy Tuesday, ADM peeps. Hell Spirit of Wolf, Anton. Steve Montage Epistle says, the chosen one, a.k.a. Antonius Aurelius. Mr. Lot says, in my after hours voice, all right. How do you say that chant again, AD? I just gave y'all the whole movie script. I literally just gave y'all the whole script. I gave y'all the real screenplay of them coming in and talking from the ancestors. AD, let me get a can you dig it like from the war. Can you dig it? Yeah. Yeah. All right, y'all. We got to dig. We got to dig. We got to deep dug. Dig dug. Dig dug. Deep dug. We got to dig, y'all. We got to get there. Let's continue on with the show. Chicago property taxes, as explained by the treasurer herself.
Well, this month, some homeowners in Cook County in for a shock when it comes to their property tax bills. Some bills going up 100%. Cook County Treasurer's Office did a property tax analysis, and Treasurer Maria Pappas joining me now to talk about that study. I really appreciate you being here, Treasurer. So let's just get right to it. I mean, the sticker shock is real. What did your office find?
We found that when commercial went down, residences went up.
But when you say went up, we're talking by how much here?
By taxes. So it depends upon the neighborhood. Generally, across the city, everything's up 16%, which is kind of scary, okay? But in West Garfield Park, it's up 133%, okay? So in African-American neighborhoods, North Lawndale is up 98%.
133%, 98% property tax increase. Oh my God. Oh, dog. I would lose my shit. Property taxes. Yes, you do probably need to rewind, Carrie. Property, bro, I feel so bad for y'all. 133%, 130% increase in property taxes. That is more than double. That is more than double of what you were paying last year, all because of the incompetence. So now I want y'all to sit here and tell me that voting don't matter. I want you to tell me that voting doesn't matter. For every nigga that came up on my panel, for everybody that didn't put a comment in my shit, for everybody that didn't reply to a video, sit there and tell me that voting does not matter. I even tried to convince y'all. I said, man, if you don't participate on the national level, at least participate on the local level. Educate yourself. Know who's on the ballot. See what their background is. Do some research. You can do that in your spare time. Stop scrolling for one day on TikTok and go and do some research about the candidates that's in your area. Go and find people that'll run. Start to promote it. Start to push it. Be behind it. Volunteer. Know what the millages are coming up. Know what the fuck is going on. Know what's happening in your alderman, in your district, with your congressperson. Go and have a conversation with them. Go to the community meetings. Man, voting don't matter, man. They ain't gonna do nothing for black people. I know what they are gonna do for black people. They're gonna raise your property taxes 98% in a predominantly black neighborhood. They're gonna raise your property taxes 133% in a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood. You niggas keep showing up at 13% voting at your polls at the most important time of the year, and you're going to sit here and tell me that voting don't matter. This shit is crazy, bro. It's crazy.
And 82% in Englewood. So you're saying, how in the world did this happen?
Yeah.
This happened because the commercial base of the city, all these high rises, commercial buildings that you see downtown are unrented because the businesses have left the city.
And that means they're not paying property tax.
Yeah, so somebody had to pick it up. So the residences are picking it up.
The treasurer is telling you, I'm gonna rewind it because I don't want you to miss this. This is a very important live stream. This woman is not necessarily a Democrat. She is telling you the truth. Her job as a treasurer is to make sure that the money is distributed the way it's supposed to be distributed, and property taxes are paid, and to give people options to get their taxes paid. She doesn't want to take your house. She's telling you. She's literally telling you why property taxes in the most simple way possible. Let's listen one more time.
You're saying, how in the world did this happen?
Yeah.
This happened because the commercial base of the city, all these high rises, commercial buildings that you see downtown are unrented because the businesses have left the city.
And that means they're not paying property tax.
Yeah, so somebody had to pick it up. So the residences are picking it up.
When the 1% of the population is paying more than 50% of the taxes. Brandon Johnson recently said he's betting on taxing people more, telling them to pay their fair share. This Bernie Johnson bullshit that they keep on pitching you, right? They're telling you to pay your fair share. They said they're going to overtax rich people. They're going to tax more businesses. They're going to do more of a tax on the heads of the rich people. And she's telling you who are the ones that pick up the tab from the people that decide they done. They're done. So when you see a Mom Donnie, right? When you see a Kristen and Kirsten over in Seattle, what the fuck you think is going to happen on a more massive scale? What do you think is going to happen on a more massive scale? What, you think that next year the budget for Chicago is actually going to be better than it was this year? And I'm telling you that they're projecting, listen, Chicago's budget deficit next year could very well be anywhere between $1.6 billion and $2 billion for 2027. 2026 is going to be $1.6 billion, $1.75 billion. 2027 is going to be around $2 billion. 2028, you fucked. You're fucked. And who you think going to carry that cost? Because it's only one of two things that can happen. This is basic economics. This is basic economics. Only one of two things could happen. Either the city eventually are going to have to file bankruptcy, and then you're going to be in receivership. And then you're going to have a city manager sitting there getting paid in addition to the mayor. Or they're going to continue to put it on the backs of the residents, and y'all going to have to pay higher and higher taxes. Meanwhile, your schools are suffering, and you ain't going to get no help and no relief. It's over, bro. This is not a matter of if. This is a matter of when. So when I sit here and I tell you, because you're not going to get this on the national news, you're not even going to get it on the local news. When I sit here and I tell you what is eventually going to happen, I'm not telling you because I want it to happen. I'm telling you because we went through it in Detroit.
So if you think about it, we had just done a study saying that African American and Latinos don't appeal their property taxes. Only 27,000 out of the 200,000 appealed. So the residences aren't appealing. What can you do about it? We came up with a payment plan calculator. We have reduced interest rate from 18% to 9%. So not on December 15th, the due date, but on December 16th, you can go to my website and set up a 13-month payment plan.
So let me tell you. So she's doing all that she can. But let me tell you why this don't work. When you got to put your property taxes on a payment plan over in Chicago, it used to be an 18% interest rate. Now you got to pay more interest like you paying a mortgage on your property taxes. So now you stretching it out. So let's say you can't pay the full amount, right? Let's say you can't pay the full amount. Because if you got a mortgage, they're going to just automatically include it and put it in your escrow. And your mortgage, the payment that you're making to the mortgage company is going to go up exponentially because they're going to divide it out anyway, right? If you paid off your property, but you can't pay it all at one time, now you basically is financing it with the county, with the city, and you have to pay it over 13 months. But here's the key, though. Here's the key. Not only are you paying 9% interest, they fucking y'all over. They just shitting on y'all. Not only are you having to pay 9% interest, but it doesn't stop the next year's property taxes from also coming. That's going to be up of that. Oh man, my people. We perish, lack of knowledge. We perish. Now you see, you can hate me all you want, but it's not going to change your circumstances. I am a literal vessel of information, and I'm giving it to you from a C student's perspective. I'm breaking it down so you can truly understand it. I'm telling you why you need to get off the plantation. I'm showing you why you need to move differently. I'm giving you the insight, not only from your finances, also from a political perspective, also from a spiritual perspective, also from a relationship perspective. Every single thing that we do on this earth is going to cost you money. There is no free handouts. There is no free runs. There is no free lunches. You will obey or you will be poor. Either way, there is no around it. There is no above it, no under it. It's either you're going to play the game to win or you're going to lose. Ain't no other way around it. So you could sit here and be mad at me. Oh, man, I don't like him. Oh, man, he always talking like this. Oh, man, I don't like the fact that he wear Rolexes. Oh, man, I don't like that. I don't give a fuck. Get out your motherfucking feelings and realize who playing in your face. It ain't me. I ain't never got a dime off of you, nigga. I ain't never charged you nothing. I ain't never sold you a course. I ain't never did business with you. You shouldn't be hating me. You should be hating the nigga that's on the bottom of the screen that's fucking you over. That's the person that's giving your money to the people that ain't even from the United States of America. I ain't took nothing from you. I don't know you, nigga. I ain't never met you. Get out of your motherfucking feelings, nigga. You gonna lose your house. They taxing you. They taking your money and they didn't even ask you what you wanted for it. Taxation without representation. That's what this is right here. This nigga walking around with a mohawk playing in your motherfucking face and you sitting here mad at me? What's wrong with you? That nigga wife just did a whole redesign of the office. This nigga walking around with a whole 30+ person security detail. A geography teacher got security, nigga. Y'all short 2,000 police officers. The criminals is gearing up in there because they know ain't nobody coming for your fucking response time. Nigga, they put community organizers on the street to negotiate with YNs not to shoot up the neighborhood. That's how they saying that they're going to keep the crime down. Community prevention. Nigga, they got social workers answering the phones. The fuck is wrong with y'all? What's wrong with these niggas? They got social workers answering the goddamn phones. They got niggas walking around stealing money, working with the goddamn cops, working with the motherfucking mayor, talking about we gonna stop crime in the community with prevention. Fuck is wrong with you, nigga? Wake up, black people. Wake up, black people in a slumber. Poor whites, middle class, Hispanics, Asian people, all of y'all that's on the plantation. Wake the fuck up. Wake up, nigga. Time out for all of that arguing online and all of this bullshit. This is some real life shit. Niggas is losing their mama's houses. Wake up. I shouldn't be more passionate about your city than you. I should know more about your aldermen and all of the people that's inside of your city than you. Wake up, nigga. It's happening right there, right here before your eyes. Fuck a Project 2025, nigga. Nigga, this Chicago. Fuck you talking about? Nigga, what you talking about? Your kids go to a school with 60 niggas in there. And a few of them is illegal migrants, and they talking about putting protections up for these people. Fuck is wrong with you? Niggas just going through life just winging it. Ain't gonna be no house to pass down.
A 13, you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay on December 15th. You can pay December 16th by setting up a payment plan.
Finance your eventual demise of losing a house.
And for 13 months. And that really helps people. The next thing that you can do is you need to vote. If you don't like this, you are part of the 80% of the people who did not vote in the last election. And I see this every day. Every day people are complaining to me. And so I'm like, did you vote? No. Did you vote? No. Did you vote? No. So you have to appeal as a resident. You have to get up, get out and vote instead of complaining. And then the third thing is you need to read your tax bill. At the top of the tax bill, it says, where did your money go? If you look at where did your money go, what it tells you is that over 60% of the money in the city of Chicago is going to the Board of Education. Or in many instances, right up front, it will tell you the tax increment financing district that it's going to. So where does your money go? Shows you how much it went up and how much it went down and where it went. So I would say the most important thing here is to read your bill that I sent you. And it shows you who you're paying and what you're paying. You have the opportunity once a year for every government that's listed on the left-hand side of your bill to go to a public hearing. Right now, you could go to the city of Chicago and voice your opinion, but nobody knows that there's a public hearing to go to.
Yeah. What needs to, I mean,
Magnificent Gaming says, what are the signs of industry plants new Dems? Socialism is. David says, Anton, about the $700 million budget deficit with the school, $734 million to be exact, with the public school system in Chicago, while the employees spent $23.6 million on lavish vacations, 5-star hotels, and overseas trips. TS Car Wash and Detail Services, 80, why they playing with these wake-up calls. MJ Merriweather says, I've been wondering the same thing too. What is wrong with our people? How do you honestly get bamboos right in your face? I feel you. Playing right in y'all faces. Playing with y'all kids' inheritance, and y'all cool with it. Y'all just cool with it. Y'all ain't tripping. Y'all ain't got no problems with it. You ain't. Amazing, bro. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I seen this video. I'm going to skip around. I want to talk about money in Chicago. Actually, you know what? Give me a second. I want to see something.
Chicago alders have rejected Mayor Brandon Johnson's controversial corporate head tax, but the mayor says his fight is just beginning.
WGN political reporter Tamon Bradley is live outside City Hall right now, where both sides are digging in their heels. And Tamon, the big question is, where do we go from here? How do we get this resolved?
Lourdes and Ray, good evening. The mayor's hand-picked finance chair who opposed the mayor's tax package tried to bail him out. She tried to delay today's vote, but the alders wanted to have it. They wanted to say no to the mayor's plan. Today, a stunning defeat. The City Council Finance Committee rejected Mayor Brandon Johnson's Tax the Rich revenue proposal, resetting budget negotiations.
The prevailing side has bought some time for taxpayers in the city of Chicago so the mayor can go back and get this right.
Until they start accepting the fact that there are solutions on the table, we have to stand up and push back against this budget.
We have to have a balanced approach to this. And what we've done so far hasn't been it. Now the real work begins.
10 alders voted in favor of the plan, 25 against it, including the mayor's hand-picked finance chair, Alderwoman Pat Dow. The vote was reminiscent of last year.
Let me show y'all something. If you look in the back, right? If you look in the back, past the aldermen, past the people in the front and stuff. If you look way over there in the back, that's seating for the residents in Chicago. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated. Chicago has an estimated population of 2.6 million people. That's not the Chicago metro area. The actual census recorded it at 2.7 million people. So this is a speck of dust of the amount of people that actually is living in Chicago. Of course, the Chicago metro area has way more people. But this area, and then there's some additional seating up at the top, This is how many people actually attended the city council meetings in which they are voting on a head tax, and a head tax will basically kill businesses. It will be killing businesses in Chicago to continue to raise up your taxes and to saddle you guys with more responsibility for covering the stupid spending from your aldermen and from your mayor.
There's 50-0 council roll call rejecting the mayor's $300 million property tax hike. After today's vote, Mayor Johnson called.
Look at him. This is your leader. I want you to see who your leaders are. I want you to understand the people who are leading the charge to make sure that you guys are being charged more for your property taxes, that they're running out businesses, that the people are gearing up to be able to really take over the city, that is modifying the changes or changing the amount of real crimes. They're reclassifying crimes to make it seem like that they got lower crime. This is your leader, bro. This is your fucking leader, man. This is y'all leader. On the world stage, one of the biggest cities inside of the United States of America. This is your leader, bro.
For a timeout, a recess until the first week of December. But the mayor said he's not backing down in his push for progressive revenue.
There are two options here. We challenge these big corporations and the ultra rich to put more skin in the game, or you ask people who are standing in line for bread, milk, and food and clothing, ask them to put more skin in the game.
Do you see what they telling y'all? They telling y'all only got two options. You got Captain Fat Ass on the far left. You got a diversity, equity. Look at this fucking diversity, equity, and inclusion crew. Look at his crew. Look at his ragtag crew. You got Captain Fat Ass on the left. You got, we don't know what the fuck that is on the second to the left. We got people that don't even know how to dress for a meeting. Big Butt right behind him, right? Big Butt is right behind him, right behind Mayor Johnson. We all know that we can't trust the nigga that ain't got no beard or no mustache. So let's go and look at exactly what he got going on. I don't trust nobody that got a Men's Warehouse suit, Steve Harvey circa 2002, with the church tie and no mustache, no beard. I don't trust these niggas. Then we got our resident Asian, as usual. Gotta have you an Asian. Gotta have you a quant in there somewhere. You know, got our Asian and we got our black woman. Oh, yeah. So talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Got our black woman up there. Got one lady, she got a flannel, half tucked in, half tucked out with cargo pants. And she act like she never even knew that it was going to be a meeting today. I don't know who this other black woman is, who these other couple of black women are. And we got another alderman, of course, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And then we got our resident two white people on the ends. One of them got a sweatshirt on, and the other one, clearly a liberal apologist that got a hoodie on, at a meeting for Chicago in which he's advocating for a corporate head tax. This is Chicago. This is a reflection of the city. I'm telling you, I'm just gonna call it like I see it. I don't have no rules on me. I ain't got nobody telling me what I can and can't say. I ain't got to go check in on nobody's job. I'm gonna say whatever it is that I got to say, and I'm gonna do what I got to do. Look at this mod squad. What's the name of that movie with Harley Quinn? Will Smith is dead shot. What's the name of that movie with Will Smith is dead shot and then Harley Quinn was in it and all of that stuff? Suicide. This is Suicide Squad. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, The Dream. The Suicide Squad. We got the Suicide Squad up here. The Suicide Squad, bro. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. I'm so disappointed, bro.
Johnson administration lobbied hard over the weekend, even this morning, but they failed to convince alders to sign off on reviving a corporate head tax. Also shot down today, The mayor's planned to borrow $1.8 billion, the bulk of which would have been used on capital projects.
You can't just be a no. You have to find ways to actually come up with solutions so that we can actually have a real debate.
The mayor says he wants alders to bring him revenue ideas, but he'll veto a property tax increase, a grocery tax, or a hike in the garbage collection fee.
I've done my part. I've done my part. The real question should be, what else can these alders who oppose challenging these big corporations to put more skin in the game? The question is, what can they do?
Y'all happy now? Y'all happy? Honestly, eventually I'm gonna come to y'all and I'm gonna say, I told you so again.
For a reaction, Chicago resident and from the group Chicago Red that aims to turn Illinois into a Republican state, member P. Ray Easley. P. Ray, you know, these Democrats in the state of Illinois, they're such a bunch of phonies. They talk about affordability. They attack Trump on things like inflation that he inherited from Biden. And then they're jacking up everybody's taxes in Chicago and Illinois, doubling and tripling the property taxes. I mean, Illinois voters already paid the second highest property tax rate in the United States behind New Jersey.
It's actually right in line with what the Democrats were doing. The reason that our property taxes have gone up astronomically is because of the legislation that's coming out of the Illinois State House, specifically the Safety Act, that has made us a lot less safe. We have billionaire philanthropists like Ken Griffin, who, by the way, we miss you, Ken, come home. But he took his business, the Citadel, out of Chicago. He himself was paying $200 million a year in taxes. So when we have companies like the Citadel and Boeing and Caterpillar who are leaving our downtown, now we have a higher vacancy rate, and those commercial taxes are being shifted onto the homeowners.
So does Mayor Johnson, does Pritzker see that they're losing businesses because they're so backwards with their tax structure? I mean, for example, Cook County in Illinois, it's among the nation's most expensive for property taxes. Property
Correct.
taxes there, it's more than what the typical homeowner in California's Orange County or LA County or San Diego County pay. I mean, so, and it's now turning into a ghost town for businesses in Illinois with how they're just so flawed in how they're approaching the tax structure.
So the issue is that we don't have enough commercial businesses paying property taxes. And those commercial businesses that are downtown are able to take advantage of tax reassessments. So then that lowers their tax contribution by 20%. And then again, that all gets shifted onto the taxpayer. We are dealing with Democratic progressive failure here in the city of Chicago. And today is the day that the bill has come due. We cannot afford the migrants, and we definitely cannot afford to continue to victimize villains at the expense of the business community that then pushes that onto the homeowners.
It's unfortunate of what's happening in Chicago. I feel for you guys. I want you guys to do well, because I'm an American at the end of the day. And although, you know, we benefit, other cities are going to benefit from your demise. I don't want y'all to just completely fail. I don't want y'all to collapse because of your own leadership. But then at the same time, it's hard for me to feel sorry for people when they decided that they wanted to do what they wanted to do. Y'all voted, the people that did vote, voted the way that they wanted to vote. And now you got to deal with the consequences. That's why I was saying that, you know what? If I was Trump, I would just let y'all do what y'all want to do. I heard Mom Donnie was asking for a meeting over with the Trump administration all of a sudden. If I was Trump, I would just let y'all do what y'all wanted to do when y'all want to do it. And I wouldn't even trip. Okay, you know what? They got it. They said that they wanted to do their own thing. They had it. They had it in the bag. Let them rock. Let them rock. Let them manage their own shit. Let them do what they wanted to do. And then this is what's going to happen. You're just going to suffer royally, horribly. You're going to suffer. Brian, the filmmaker, says, finally got my liberal brother to listen to you and sign up as a bag chaser. Congratulations. Welcome. We're going to rock out. Rod on Politics says, what up, though? What up, Rod? TS Car Wash and Detail Services. Brandon Johnson is a clown. Buddy looked like dude from Girlfriend Show. I know who you're talking about too. What was that guy's name? It don't matter. Right on Politics says the treasurer's comments don't make sense. How can renters leaving reduce property tax revenue? How can renters leaving reduce property tax revenue? Someone still owns the building when they leave. Are you talking about corporate renters? Okay, so what she was basically saying is that when a lot of these businesses leave, it leaves money on the table overall. Essentially, what happens is when you leave because you're no longer paying corporate tax revenue, you're paying it to somewhere else, because they don't just shut down the business, they move their businesses elsewhere. You're no longer paying revenue as far as income taxes, right? Because you'd have to pay taxes on the money that you have for employees. You no longer have economic revenue circulating around the city from people live, working, and playing in the city. You have a huge vacancy rate. The city of Chicago itself owns some of these properties in these buildings that are being rented by these tenants, which then take away from the revenue from the city itself. And so when there's a revenue shortfall overall, no matter how it comes in, it then falls on the shoulders of the residents because they have to make up the difference in whatever it is that they want in the budget. So if there's a budget shortfall, well, then they're going to spread that across the board to everybody else. That's essentially what they're saying. Wesley Turner says Mayor Mohawk and the Mystery Men featuring Kel Mitchell. TS Car Wash and Detail Service says his budget got rejected. It's so bad. It's just so bad. And I feel so bad for the city and for the people in Chicago. I feel so bad. That's why, and this is why, for example, they do a budget projection. They're projecting that they're going to have a $1.6 billion budget deficit for 2026, but it's up from $1.15 billion. But they projected wrong because more businesses left and less revenue was actually circulating around the city. I want to head over to San Francisco really quickly. What was that, 4 or 5? And then I'll give us some time to talk about these other things that's going on. I want to head over to San Francisco for a little bit because the district supervisor had to step down because of troubling accusations or allegations anyways. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. I'm not even familiar with this. Let's get into it.
Out of San Francisco, where the city's newest supervisor has stepped down, Isabella Alcarez was only on the job for 1 week after she was handpicked by Mayor Daniel Lurie. Kelsey Thord has more on the controversy that led to her leaving office.
I got an idea of what it is, though.
And let me be clear on this. This is not the first time that I have gotten something wrong. It won't be the last. But what I commit to all of you and to the people of San Francisco is that I'm going to learn from this and I'm going to grow.
On the steps of City Hall, Mayor Daniel Lurie apologized to the city, more specifically to the Sunset District, after the supervisor he appointed to represent the district just last week announced her resignation following allegations of unsanitary practices and potential tax evasion during her time as a local pet shop owner.
The news that came to light
So wait a minute. She was a pet shop owner.
Tax evasion during her.
Okay, so she owned a pet shop, and they're saying that she had unsanitary practices and that she had tax evasion. All right, so, or tax evasion allegations. All right. So let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that unsanitary practices at a pet shop that she ran and possible tax evasion is enough to actually force her to step down? Just a question. Is that enough to try to force her to step down? I'm just asking. Most are saying no. Yes, she can't handle business. I don't know if that's what that means. She didn't wash her hands after pooping or something. No, she did more than that. There's more to it. Is more to it, Tanisha? All right, let me continue to try to see what's going on.
Time as a local pet shop owner.
The news that came to light yesterday was new to me, but we are going to thoroughly review our vetting process, and we will get better. But let me be clear, that rests on my shoulders.
29-year-old Bea Alcaraz had no previous political experience. Instead, she had owned the Animal Connection, a pet shop in the Sunset, for a few years. The pet store's new owner, Julia Baran, shared text messages with Mission Local, appearing to show Alcaraz admitting to paying workers under the table. Baran told me when she learned Alcaraz had been appointed supervisor last week, she felt it was only right to share the information with the city and the media.
Okay, so basically what happens is the girl went and got a new job after she bought the shop. They saying that she was paying people under the table instead of paying them directly with whatever, so on and so forth. And so she was the one that blew the whistle on the lady after finding out that she became the district supervisor. Man, come on, bro. I'm really not even tripping over this. It sounds like listen, and one thing about white people, they don't fucking mind telling, hey, listen. I bought the shop from her. I found out that she was paying people under the table. I need to let you know before you do it. Stop, bro. And see, this is why, like, they'll label it and say, oh no, it's tax evasion. When in reality, it was paying people under the table. Okay. All right. Listen, I'm not saying that it's right. But good God. Come on, for real? Seriously? This what we doing? Okay. I guess we here now, huh?
Came out on Monday, how she left the store and how I thought, someone that couldn't run a store could run the Sunset, basically. And I also thought I showed that she wasn't really truthful about, her qualifications.
This is just the latest political drama in the Sunset District in recent years.
I'm really not tripping.
First, it was the negative impacts of the years-long Taraval Street construction project, culminating in the passage of Prop K and the closure of the Great Highway. Sunset voters were so upset over that closure, they recalled the former supervisor, Joel Engardio. Alcaraz was set to be his replacement. Albert Chow has been along for the ride for it all. He's lived in the district for almost 50 years, is a member of the local Merchants Association, and was a huge opponent of Prop K. He told me before Alcaraz was appointed, he had even thrown his hat into the ring to become supervisor.
And we just thought it would be a natural evolution to go with somebody that came out of the recall.
Albert says he was surprised when he learned Alcaraz had been appointed because he had never heard of her. In the wake of all this scandal, he told me he feels bad for Alcaraz and just hopes the mayor does a better job of vetting candidates this second time around.
I hope that we do better on the next round. That's what I can say. Ball's in his court. I'm just waiting to see what happens.
So basically everybody is jealous because she was the one that got the job. And so what they did was they wound up throwing her under the bus and they snitched on her. Got it. That's my translation of it. And again, it doesn't mean that she was qualified. We don't know why or what happened, but get the hell out of here, bro. Like, honestly, this is nothing. And they trying to make this a huge big deal. And so basically, because they didn't get the job, because they're career politicians, which I'm not necessarily a fan of anybody being a career politician, because they didn't get the job, they decided that they wanted to try to throw her under a bus, or that they wanted to try to smear her name, and then the weak mayor forced her to resign.
Update from San Francisco City Hall now.
after Supervisor Bea Alcaraz abruptly resigned just 7 days after her appointment.
Alcaraz told San Francisco Mayor Daniel Lurie she would step down amid growing scrutiny over her past business practices.
ABC 7 News political reporter Monica Madden has been digging into this all week long, and she joins us now with the very latest and an exclusive interview that you had with Alcaraz. What did she tell you?
Well, first and foremost, we waited outside of her office all day to get her. And something I want to note, Karina and Larry, is City Hall insiders tell me they were initially shocked when Mayor Daniel Lurie appointed Alcaraz, who is a 29-year-old political novice with no prior experience in government. But quickly, these allegations about her previously owned pet stores operations and bookkeeping came to light, with many in San Francisco politics now.
I can't increase the post-production. I can make some changes when I clip it up or whatever, or if I decide to clip it up. But this is a problem with, the people that edited and uploaded this video. So there's no way I can increase the volume of the video. I'm sorry.
Asking, how did the mayor's office miss these red flags?
Mayor Daniel Lurie owning up Friday.
Yeah, I'm taking responsibility at my office.
After his controversial pick for supervisor, Bea Alcaraz resigned Thursday night.
We are going to thoroughly review our vetting process, and we will get better. But let me be clear, that rests on my shoulders.
On Wednesday, I interviewed the new owner of Alcaraz's former pet supply store in the Sunset neighborhood. I wanted to learn about the financials of the business, and we obtained profit and loss statements showing Alcaraz was losing tens of thousands of dollars every year from 2020 to 2023. The allegations intensified. Julia Baran, the new owner of the Animal Connection, shared text messages she and Alcaraz exchanged in March. Baran was asking about the payment of employees, revenue, and cash.
We verified the validity of the text messages in which Alcaraz makes claims about skimping out on her business taxes.
In the messages, Alcaraz says her taxes, quote, will be less since I pay people under the table now. Alcaraz goes on to say she wrote off personal expenses as business ones, saying, quote, I also live off a big portion of the non-cash revenue. I pay for my dinner and drinks with my friends or clients as a business expense, and they may or may not pay me back in cash.
All right, so listen. Here's the play. All right. It's not uncommon for a business owner, especially of a brick and mortar store, to be losing revenue, right? To be in the negative. That's not uncommon. It's one of the reasons why she probably sold the store. Second thing is, now I understand why they couldn't have her as a district supervisor, especially as a public servant position, because reputation matters and authenticity matters just as much as, when you get a high profile position, you got to be on the up and up. The third thing and the third lesson that I get from this is shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Stop telling all of your business to people, thinking that you helping them or thinking that they're your friend, thinking that they holding you down. This woman is trying to get this woman locked up. This is not her friend. This is not her friend. This is somebody that's trying to get this chick in a jam. Because see, now you talking about possibly getting audited and all of this stuff, and it could go absolutely bad. Absolutely bad. The bigger lesson is not even whether or not she deserved to have the position or not. The other lesson is watch who in your circle and stop telling so much. What do I say on after hours all the time? What do I say? What do I say on after hours? I'm not saying that I'm doing nothing wrong, because I ain't doing nothing wrong. I don't talk to people on the phone. I don't text. I don't talk. I don't kick it. I don't do nothing. I don't trust nobody and nothing. And this is one of the reasons why I don't trust nobody. And you could be talking about something simple. You could be talking about not liking somebody. And next thing you know, they'll be fucking recording your phone call and they'll be saying, hey, look, see, Anton don't like them. Blah, 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 so on and so forth. Shut the fuck up. Be quiet. I tell guys this all the time. Stop pillow talking. Stop telling the person that you're sleeping with. Stop telling the chick that you're next to. Keep it G. Keep it low key. Stop talking too much about things that you should not talk about. You need to shut up. And that is how I move. I've been moving like this forever. Carrie be sitting there. Anton don't talk on the phone a lot. Anton don't be texting a lot. They all say the same thing. What you got to say? I'll block a nigga if he say the wrong thing on the phone because I feel like you a fed. I'll block a dude in 5 minutes because I feel like you a fed. Because you just talking weird. You talking weird. Hey, man, so what'd you say about that thing that you did the other week? In 5 minutes, I'll be like, hey, man, my connection is starting to go out, bro. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I can't really hear you. I'm going to talk to you later. Block. I don't trust these niggas. I don't trust nobody, especially being a content creator now, invisible. I don't got no trust. I don't be trusting nobody, man. I'll take everybody at face value, make them sign paperwork, and I keep it moving. I don't trust nobody. They'll try to get you beefing with other people, try to get you jammed up. I don't talk on the phone. People always wondering, hey, man, how come you ain't never got caught up in nothing? Because I don't talk to niggas. Because I don't talk to people. 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 I'm not kicking it. I know y'all like to fast text. Y'all done learn how to text so fast, y'all able to zoom it out. Y'all just swipe now. Y'all don't even text no more. I be looking. I don't talk to ChatGPT, nigga, about my personal business. I don't talk to nobody. Nothing. Real talk. I don't even like having my Apple Watch on when I'm having certain conversations. When I go home, if I'm not working out or something like that, Apple Watch be locked up in a different room. I wear analog. Straight up regular watch. Man, listen. Call me what you want. But no, I ain't never got caught up in no bullshit. Ain't never got caught. Y'all so quick to tell ChatGPT your whole life. See, I'm over here and this guy and my boyfriend is doing this. I told somebody told me the other day, they said, yeah, I was asking about a conversation that we had with ChatGPT. I said, you ain't tell ChatGPT my name, did you? No, I was just talking to, nigga, don't mention me to ChatGPT. Don't talk to me to Gemini. Don't talk to me to AI. Don't talk to your friend about me. Don't say shit about me. Keep my name out your motherfucking mouth because I am not messing around. And this is the exact reason why. Next thing you know, she lost her supervisor job and she could be facing charges. Facts, Sierra. And don't tell me about what you got going on because I don't want to know. I'm on a need-to-know basis. Hey, what we got going on? Okay, let's go. Seriously, if we not talking about having a good time and partying, I don't talk. I don't let nothing move around me. I don't kick it on the phone. If we not talking in person, I don't even like to do interviews on live streams no more. I got to do that shit in person. This chick then kicked it with her, tried to give her to play, which is wrong. All right, it's wrong. It's wrong what she did, but at the same time, what made this girl go and tell and snitch on her? I come from a different era, bro. I came from a different era. You know, I was watching a movie a long time ago. It's one of my favorite movies. It's called Goodfellas. I was watching Goodfellas a while ago. And the biggest thing that stuck out to me about Goodfellas was Paulie did not kick it with niggas. He had one person that ran back and forth. The person went and talked on the payphone. He would come and whisper to Paulie, and then Paulie would tell him what he wanted to know. Nobody talked directly to Paulie. And it's the reason why Paulie, you know what I'm saying? Paulie wasn't in no shit. He stayed out the mix. Y'all doing too much, even to your girl. Stop talking so much. Stop telling her every little thought. Oh my God, I love you so much. I just want to tell you something that nobody has ever known before. Nigga, that's between you and God. You ain't asked for forgiveness with that? You didn't ask for forgiveness with that? Man, listen, anything that I done ever done in my life, whatever it may or may not be, is covered by the blood. Me and Jesus talked about it. That's it. Me and Jesus talked about it. Me and Jesus had a conversation. He said, "You good, Anton?" I said, "All right." It's dead to me now. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about certain things that happened in the past. I don't know nothing about this person. I don't know that nigga. I don't know him. I don't know him. I don't know what you talking about. Niggas just be talking, whining and complaining and crying and telling all of your business, texting and shit. Texting and shit. I said, nigga, you just talking? I was telling Slimmy and Quentin the other day. I said, man, these niggas be talking. They said, what you mean? I said, bro, I can't tell you what they said. And I can't tell you who said it. I said, but these niggas be talking, bro. They just be telling, like, they just be talking randomly. No wonder y'all be getting jammed up by these hoes. Matt Barnes and them just be talking and sending voice messages and shit. Nigga, you sending a voice message? What are you sending a voice message on? You ain't on Vanish mode? I don't trust Vanish mode. I don't trust Vanish mode. Nigga, Vanish mode on Instagram, nigga, you can record what somebody else said with the other phone and be on Vanish mode. You can have one phone looking at the other phone like, yep, this is what they did. Oh, bitch. I don't trust nothing. I don't trust nothing. Not one thing. Not Snap, not Instagram, not your boyfriend, not nothing. Y'all on your own. It's crazy out here, bro. That's how she got jammed up. Fucked off a bag because she was over there giving her to play. Make sure I had a like for the algorithm. See, I'm too real for the internet, bro. I'm too real for this shit. This is why they don't want me on the networks. I had somebody, this is the honest to God truth. I had somebody that approached me for a network. And I said, this ain't gonna work out. They said, why? I said, because I can't be controlled. I cannot be controlled. I can't be controlled because I'm gonna say too much. I'm gonna be real with people. I'm gonna be real and I'm gonna tell them what I really believe and what I really feel and what's really going on. Look how smooth my skin is, bro. Look at my skin, dog. Tiege Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Ladies, get it for the fellas. Fellas, don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence. Oh, I already got confidence. Y'all know the commercial. You know the commercial. That's why when niggas say, yeah, man, you must have been this when you was younger. Facts, nigga. I'm a lame. I've been a lame my whole life. I ain't do nothing but carry a pocket protector. I'm a lame ass motherfucker. I've been lame my whole life. That's how I know you were lame. That's how I know you were. You know how I know that niggas is lames? Like in real, like a for real lame when they was younger. You know how I know they lame? Because they the type of dudes that try to talk about the stuff that they did when they was younger. Real ones don't talk. Real ones rebrand themselves. Real ones don't have conversations about who is in their past and how they didn't move and who it is that they didn't been involved with and all of this stuff. They don't talk. They don't talk. Real ones ain't trying to revisit the past to go and have a conversation about what it is and how many chicks and who they done did business with and who they done connected with. Real ones don't do that. That's how I know you a lame. Niggas be sitting there talking about, yeah, man, I know he didn't get no box and this and that. Facts. Facts. How many women you just slept with? One, nigga. One. The one that I'm married to. That's all I know. See, I knew he was a lame. Facts, nigga. I've been a lame my whole life. Lames win. They survive. They make it to old age. Now, you the sucker. You the sucker, dummy. Cornball. I know you the sucker because you're the one that want to talk all the time. You've been a sucker your whole life. I don't even ask a nigga about what it is that he done did when he was in high school. Nigga, that was 25 years ago. That was 25 years ago. What the fuck I'm still talking about what's happening in high school, nigga? Man, talking on comment. Yeah, man, you know what happened in high school? Yes, nigga, I was studying. I was being quiet. I was going to every fucking class, and I was trying to get good grades. Nigga, what was you doing? Dumb motherfucker. Niggas is always talking about what they think they didn't did. Yo, Arrested Development has. Nigga, I'm not talking about what happened in high school. I ain't talking about what happened I don't even want to talk about, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. At 40 years old, I don't even want to talk about what happened in my 30s. I don't even care about my 30s. I don't even care. I don't even care about my nigga. 20s is over, 30s is over. I'm winning in my 40s. That's all that matters. I'm winning in my 40s. I'm not sitting here going back and forth with you trying to talk about what didn't happen and who didn't did what and who did this and who did that. Nigga, what? Nigga, is you the police? What kind of FBI tactic is you using trying to get people to admit and say certain things? Get the fuck out of here, boy. I'm honest, bro, honest to God on everything, man. I look at everybody as a Fed. I look at everybody as a cop. I look at everybody as an investigator. I look at everybody as an IRS. I look at everybody as everything, bro. I don't take no chances on these niggas. You ain't no cop, Jay Reed. If you look at any of the movies, the cops be with these niggas forever. The cops be with people undercover so long that the cops forget that they're a cop. The cop forget that they're a cop. Somebody an auntie bring a new boyfriend around. A cousin say that they in a new relationship. Hey man, I watch your shit I watch your stuff all the time. I'll be looking at that nigga like, oh yeah. And then they be like this. So man, what's the secret to your success? You know? I just be looking at it. I'll be like, man, you know what? I give them the same answer. Yeah, work hard, consistency, dedication, and give your life over to Jesus. Boy, if you don't get your bitch ass away from me, you're gonna be asking me no personal questions. So how'd you meet the former mayor of Detroit? Man, who? Where you meet this? Honestly, I go to my cousin. Where you meet this nigga? What? And I'll be straight up like this. Why you bring him around me? I can ask, I'll call anybody in my family. They tell you I act the same way in real life. Hey man, who the fuck is this nigga, bro? Where you meet him at again? Nigga, why you bring him around me? Man, nigga, what's wrong with you, bro? Yeah, I'm about to dip out, bro. Not kicking it with these niggas. Or if somebody come around you, yeah, man, I was telling them about you, bro. I'll be assuming everybody got a wire on. I assume everybody in the streets. I assume I don't know you, nigga. I don't know nothing about you, bro. I don't know nothing about you, bro. Boston Bob. I come from a different era and a different environment, bro. I just come from a different space, man. I don't. You never tell Rihanna, you know what? I might go for that shit though. I might go for that one, Rihanna. I might go for that one. Trying to have me jammed up out here in these streets. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Ray C said, y'all getting the other Anton. I'm sorry. Let me go back to corporate Anton. So, what our projections are. Ray C, what do you project to be the next city with an economic boom? Memphis. Manny Plays PC says she was eating dogs. Oh, shh. TS Car Wash and Detail Service says she a hater, big dog. Brian, the filmmaker, says people be asking questions like they on The Sopranos. Talk about it, bro. Ain't no way she should have ever told her that info. Facts. Manny Plays PC says, thought the stream restarted for a second. Nope. Rob B says, 80, a panel of 3 federal judges on Tuesday blocked Texas from using a new congressional map drawn by Republicans in hopes of securing the party additional seats. Yeah, they gerrymandering the fuck out of this, out of the whole United States of America. Loaded Wrench 14 says, need more white friends. No, I don't. They be snitching too. White people snitch, black people snitch, they all snitch. I got my friends. I got good friends. I got good friends. I had to vet my housekeeper, bro. Nah, we want 8 Mile Time dog. I had to vet my housekeeper. Seriously. My housekeeper came by and she was cleaning up and shit. And she'd be like, oh man, I love your stuff so much. And then don't worry about it. You my girl. I'm not gonna get rid of you. But she was like, oh my God, I love you so much, whatever, so on and so forth. And so she was talking to my people out there, and I'll be listening, right? So I was listening in the back room. And so I was acting like I was getting dressed. I was just listening to the conversation. And so she was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Those are the YouTube plaques. Can I take a picture of the YouTube plaques and all this and stuff? And so my people was like, yeah, that's fine or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I just be watching. I'll be watching. And I had to switch my spot. Oh, I just look for the signs. I don't know if it's me. It's me, bro. It's honest to God me, man. I got problems, man. I got PTSD in my life, bro. I've seen too much. I witnessed too much in my life, man. I don't trust nobody, bro. I don't trust nobody. But I rock with them. They dope. I had to do a little couple background checks. Oh, what we talking about, y'all? I seen this video on Iced Coffee Hour. Remember the dude Steph? Is it Stephen Graham or something like that? He got a podcast called Iced Coffee Hour, and he had Ryan Serhant on there, and it said, "How much money do you need to live in New York City?" And I wanted to go over that. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Then we're going to go over the housing, y'all.
Need to have, and how much money do you need to make in order to get started at like an entry-level purchase in Manhattan?
An entry-level purchase depends on what you want to buy. But let's say you're trying to buy something for $1 million, right? If you're going to pay cash, you need to have $1 million. If you're going to get a loan, typically you'd want to put down at least $300,000, right? If you can.
It's 30%.
Right. So you're borrowing 70% of that purchase price.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you don't have to pay any type of private mortgage insurance, right? You want to be able to cover the monthlies. It's the monthlies that get you. It's not the purchase. You live in the monthly payment, or you invest into the monthly payment. If you're going to have rentals that cover the cost, right? That's great. If you can make a return, that's great. But I think now the baseline, it's a little bit insane, especially for 2 people. I think you have to be earning somewhere around $250,000 to buy $1 million apartment in Manhattan, and if that's where you want to live.
Yeah, especially considering the HOA.
Yeah, the HOA, which are in New York City, they're called common charges, plus the real estate taxes, plus everything else. Like you just said, there's always something that comes up. The refrigerator breaks. It's $10,000 for an
10 grand for what? 10 grand for what?
New refrigerator, if you want a nice something that comes up. The refrigerator breaks. It's 10 grand.
Nigga, what is he smoking? What kind of refrigerators I got over in New York in Manhattan? Listen. I'm no slouch when it comes to expenses, spending money, all of that. Nigga, who's spending $10,000 on a refrigerator in New York? Sub-Zero refrigerators is going for 10 grand? Let me see, bro. I got to see for myself now. You know, I'm not going to let y'all finesse me. Jesus, seriously? Fuck. What they do? What's so awesome about them? Fresher, more flavorful food. Man, get the hell out of here, bro. Them is regular. Bro, them is regular shelves, bro. Man, get out of here, bro. Y'all extra. Y'all extra as hell. You not about to sell me on no regular refrigerator talking about it 7. Get the hell out of here, bro. Listen, I like nice things. I like pretty awesome stuff, but ain't no way in the world you're gonna sell me on that refrigerator is $10,000. No, nope. And listen, I like a good finesse every once in a while. I'm not gonna lie. I get finessed off of nice furniture. I got high-end furniture. I bought the Samsung 85-inch, the framed 85-inch. I got all of that shit. I just gave the apartment tour the other day on Darth Anton. I gave a corporate apartment tour. How is it worth it? How is it worth it? How is it worth it? I gave a tour of my corporate place. I live like an open book. I got very, 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 very high-end furniture in my shit. But I'm not paying $10,000 for a refrigerator, bro. I'm not paying $10,000 for a refrigerator. I'm not, bro. Under no circumstances. Yeah, Darth Anton is, that's my favorite channel. Nope, I'm not. If it's commercial grade appliances for your home, then why is it breaking? That's all I'm saying.
For a new refrigerator, if you want a nice one, it's nuts.
Yeah, I was speaking to a friend of mine. He is renting a place in Manhattan and he wants to buy it from the seller.
Yep.
And the problem is that he needs to like get approved, not only like the financial getting approved from a lender, but also
board package.
He has to get approved by like the local board
in the
that
building.
manages the building.
I had no idea that was a thing.
Oh, really?
No.
Every residential building that you buy into, other than a townhouse, because you're buying the house in New York City, if it's a condo, you have a condo board. And if it's a co-op, you have a co-op board. The co-op board can turn you down for anything. They don't have to tell you why. They don't like the color of your eyes. You could have $100 million in the bank. We don't want you in our building. And they'll give you your money back. And the seller can no longer sell to you. That's a co-op board. A condo board can't do that. They have the right of first refusal. So if they turn down a purchaser who's verified and qualified, they don't have to sell to you, but then they do have to buy the apartment from the owner at the same exact price, which has happened like a couple times in history. But you do have to fill out a massive condo application. Oftentimes it's 2 years tax returns.
Whoa.
It's reference letters, both professional and personal, who's going to be.
And that's the real game that people don't understand, that when you get into certain spaces, that it's qualifying yourself to be able to, what rich people do in order to vet people that they don't want around them, or when certain communities are using to vet people that they don't want around them, And see, y'all sit here and y'all complain about they don't want me in the neighborhood. Nigga, they don't even have to have you in the building. You can get in the neighborhood, but you can't get in the building. And then so the way that they qualify you is that they vet you. Same way that they use use to join a country club. Same way that they use in order to join certain organizations. You have to meet and qualify to be able to be around them because they don't want just anybody inside of their building. It's just the way that it is in real life. You can't come in there doing whatever the fuck you want to do when you want to do it. You can't have a bad reputation. You might have to be the who's who, depending on what building that you're going to. And so you have to qualify to be able to join certain buildings and to be able to purchase an opportunity to be in there. It's just the truth. It's real. It's so fucking real.
They're animals or they're kids. It's a lot.
Now, is that because that one person could affect negatively the value for everyone else? Like if they're throwing parties with like 20 people in there all the time.
100%.
Okay.
In part two, it's also, it's another form of checks and balances. Just remember, it's New York City, right? And everyone shares the same front door. You all have your own individual doors, but you all share the same front door.
Facts.
And so there's background checks, there's credit checks, and it doesn't often mean that the person's not going to be able to buy it, but it does create a barrier of entry that for someone who probably shouldn't be in the building or probably shouldn't buy it, they're not going to want to do that board package. So they just don't. In new construction where you're buying from the developer, that's the one time you can buy an apartment building where you don't have to do that application process, but you do have to have the money.
The problem is that his is a co-op and
tricky.
the seller, their hopeful seller, bought it during like 2020 when rates were really low. And so I told my friend, I was like, dude, you should just try to do this sub 2, or you should try.
It's so funny because even me myself, I'm actually stacking like crazy. Because I want to own the most expensive apartment in the city. I already got the best apartment in the city. Nobody got a better view than I do of the city. Nobody, not one person in the city of Detroit has the best view, has the best penthouse, has the best apartment than me. Not one person, right? And then I know that the Hudson building is coming up too. So I'm actually stacking and saving my cheese because I plan on possibly, after I do the tour, if I like it, possibly buying the top penthouse inside of there. And so allegedly, it's supposed to go for, I think, anywhere between 2 and 3 million, if I'm not mistaken. And that's in 2027. So we're gonna see how that play out. But yeah, you gotta qualify, and everybody is not accessible. You can't just walk in and that just be the end of the conversation. You can't just do it. What about Eminem's daughter? What about it? What do you mean M's daughter? What does M's daughter got to do with anything?
Try to do it like a seller finance, and then the seller was like all down for that, but then the co-op they just don't allow it.
Yeah, and you can't, unfortunately. What would totally change the game is if you could assign residential interest rates the same way you can in commercial. In commercial, you can assign the rate. In residential, you can't. So that would be that would change the game.
I always thought that you should be able to take your mortgage with you.
Yeah, you can't
buy
do that.
something else.
No, they want that mortgage recording tax.
Of course.
Like in New York City, the mortgage recording tax is 2% of the loan.
It's 2%?
2% of the loan amount. 1.925% of the loan.
No, she don't. No, she don't. We're in the same building and she does not have a better view than me. That's a fact. No, she don't. She does not. We in the exact same building, and she does not have a better view than me. Number one. They try to shut the whole fucking building down when Eminem come in. That's how you know that Eminem is there. She does not have a better view than me, and she does not have a better apartment than me. That's the facts. It's not one person in the city that got a better view or apartment than me. And I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you the truth. Like, that's the honest to God truth.
Loan amount. So the right to get a loan in New York City, if you get a loan of $1 million, right? It's 20 grand at the closing table just to. What do you mean? It's New York City. Everything's taxed. Look, it's just, and taxes are only going higher, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The mansion tax goes up to 4% in New York City now.
New York City got a mansion tax? New York City got a mansion tax. Seriously? 4% for a mansion tax? Man, I think that everybody should leave, bro. Honestly. I think that everybody should just leave New York. Seriously. People should just get the fuck out of there. It ain't worth it no more. You can go and build up your own community somewhere else.
In LA, it's intense too, right?
Yeah.
You got that luxury tax that I think over $5 million is
Yes.
6%. Yeah, man, great politics.
Who
there
pays
too.
the transfer tax?
It depends. Typically, the standard rule of thumb is it's the seller. It's also just over 2%.
So the seller would pay like
The brokerage
5%
fee.
in commissions or
Yep.
whatever, 5-6%.
And then they pay 2% in transfer.
Yes,
So
and then potentially the
7%.
mansion.
No, mansion's paid by the buyer.
Oh, okay.
Now, those are all,
But it's still
it's not-
taken out of the same pool of money that's being transacted.
correct. But the
He said, Deshandre says, I mean, if you can afford a mansion, you can afford to pay the tax. Why should I pay a tax? Why should I be taxed more than everybody else just because I can afford to? I've never understood that. I understand exclusivity. I understand that you're paying for amenities. I understand that you're paying whatever. Even when it comes to income taxes, I think that everybody should be taxed at the exact same flat rate. Everybody should be taxed at the exact same flat rate. Nobody should be taxed more than everybody else. The rates should be the same across the board. You can't have an escalating rate just because this person make more. That's bullshit. A mansion tax, man, that's a finesse, bro. That's the biggest finesse that I've ever heard in my entire life.
sometimes, especially in tough markets, people will pay different parts of closing costs. Like if you buy new construction and the developer really wants to sell, they'll say, all right, so this price, I'll pay the transfer taxes at the developer. I'll pay your mansion tax. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll give you 6 months of common charges because it's all about the net price and the buyer wants the absolute best deal possible. So sometimes, but because it's all about the net, the buyer is paying all the fees anyway. It's their money that they're giving in exchange for the apartment, right? Or the home that is then being used to pay all those fees. So it's just net.
Is that cost going to come down over time, do you think, with like ChatGPT and AI maybe taking over some of the real estate agent commission work, that maybe it's whittled down from 5% down to 2%? Or like you have an AI.
Somebody said the rich should be taxed less because they create jobs. I'm not saying that we got to be taxed less. I'm willing to pay what everybody else pay. I don't think that I should pay more just because I'm successful or just because I work harder than everybody else. That part is bullshit. No. Keep it fair for me, keep it fair for you, keep it fair across the board, and learn how to manage what we put into the treasury effectively. But no, don't overtax me just because I'm me. That's nonsense.
Agent of some sort that like
listen,
does a deal on blockchain.
If you can find me a qualified person who, even with efficient work, will do it for 2%, by all means. And they've tried it. Every firm has come into the United States to try to create discount brokerage. Redfin collapsed, Purple Bricks collapsed, left the city. Like there's so many people have tried it, and it's absolutely possible. You can do it. The service is okay, but the best people work for the biggest incentives. And if there are marketplaces where sellers are willing to pay 5 or 6% or more to get the best people, that's where they're going to go. Compass was Urban Compass. They set out, they raised their first initial set of funding to break the brokerage system because they had neighborhood experts who were fee-based people, right? To create lower commission incentives on sellers, right? It was all fee-based. It was great. I'm not going to work for an hourly wage, right? I'd rather work for free with bigger opportunity. And consumers would rather pay nothing until the end.
So how often do you see it where a Zillow agent brings in a buyer to like a luxury building?
A lot. That's why Zillow makes all of their money. You know, it's an agent at any other firm, but they're part of a Zillow program that's enabling them to get lead flow, right? And so we hustle to get listings all day long. Those listings syndicate out to Zillow. Zillow then takes those listings and sells the leads to those listings to other agents.
It's nothing like, no matter how much money you make, there is nothing more painful. Nothing in the world. I love to pay my employees. I have a massive monthly payroll that I issue out every single month. All right. I love to pay on my employees. I love to spend money on real estate. I'll write a check and write a deal without even blinking twice. Nothing is worse than giving money over and writing a huge 6 or 7 figure check just because I was successful. There's nothing more painful. Nothing in my existence. Nothing could ever prepare me. Nothing could ever prepare me for writing a 6 to 7 figure check every fucking year. And I had immediately, first time I ever did that shit, I said, nope, I'm done. Got to make some moves. Got to make some moves. Got to make some moves. This is bullshit. I did that shit. First time I ever did that, I was like, I'm not, no. This is the devil. This is a demon. This is a demon. Real talk. I said, I got to do things differently. I don't care how much money you make, bro. It doesn't matter how much money you make. Every fucking person that I know do a tax extension every year. Every person I know that do a tax extension every year. I can't stand it. All year, every year. Do you know what we do? All year, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. You know what I think about? Bookkeeping, taxes, tax strategists. Fuck. Okay, I got to get rid of some money over here. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to take care of this. I got to do that. Every month. I don't think about, I'm not worried about hoes. I'm not worried about being broke. I'm not worried about cheating. Nigga, let me tell you something. This is going to sound crazy, but it's so real. I'd rather get cheated on than write a 7-figure check, nigga. I would rather somebody come to me and say, hey man, you know your chick is cheating on you, right? Than to write a fucking 7-figure check, nigga. Fuck that. Cheat on me all day, every day. I don't give a fuck. I'm not that tied to anybody. I don't worry about, see, that's what regular niggas do. They worry about their chick going out of town. They worry about, oh man, I got to keep her location. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about that. I'll be thinking to myself, whoa, what's the numbers? Okay. All right. Well, we got to figure out how to make that shape. Got to figure out how to make that shape. Yo, I ain't worried about none of that other stuff. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about that even at all. People that have resources think differently about life. They don't concern themselves with the same bullshit that people be focusing on. Be looking at that like, man, you so petty. And let her be for the streets. Fuck that bitch. Hey man, what we doing on this taxes? What we doing on this money? Yeah. We got to make sure that we take care of business, bro. That's what your life is going to be like once you get to a certain level. And I know you're going to get there because I got faith in you.
You know what I don't like is that on
and that's
Zillow,
what their class action lawsuit is about right now.
That's what I thought was ridiculous, is that on Zillow, it's like contact this property, but then the listing agent information is buried in a sea of text. And I remember recently a buddy was looking at a place in Vegas and says, hey, could you come with me and see this house? And so we pull up to this house and this dude shows up. And I'm thinking, is this the listing agent? This is a little weird. The guy just seemed a bit out of, nice guy, just out of it a little bit. Anyway, he shows us through the house. And then at the very end, I say, is this the listing agent? She's like, no, I reached out on Zillow. I thought he was the listing agent. I said, no.
Somebody said, AD, you swear you a superhero. No, you swear I'm a superhero, nigga. I'm talking regular, real shit that I'm telling you that people that have resources deal with on a regular basis. Ain't got nothing to do with no superheroes. A real concern. All right. Look at it like this. You complain when a nigga borrow $50 from you and they don't even pay you back. You complain when y'all complaining about going 50-50. Think about that shit. I see y'all arguing every single day on the internet, video after video pulling up on my timeline talking about, man, I ain't going 50-50 with no chick. Now imagine somebody just taking your money just because, nigga, you worked. Imagine somebody taking your money because you worked. Imagine knowing that you'll never, ever get a tax return ever in your life. And then you'll have a funky bitch on the internet talking about, I deserve my food stamps. Or you got Brandon Johnson over there in Chicago talking about, yeah, we need to tax these niggas more. They need to pay their fair share. Nigga, what? What? Or you got Mom Donnie over there talking about, I'm going to put 2% more on these niggas. Like, nigga, they got a 50%, 50%. Imagine that you make $1 million, right? That mean, nigga, you made less than $500,000. You can take home less than $500,000. Nigga, that's death. That should be angry to anybody. That should be angry to anybody. This ain't got nothing to do with being no superhero, Superman, Batman, blank man. I don't care who you are. That should hurt to anybody. Nobody should want to give away half of everything that they make. That's crazy. That was crazy. And it's easy for them to say because they taking another nigga's money. It's easy to take somebody else's money. That's just real. That's just keeping it 100, bro. Shout out to Blank Man. I like Blank Man. Live streams from time to time on the Patreon. Make sure you guys tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Tiege Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. If you're not a part of the Bag Chasers, make sure you tap into the Bag Chasers. We get it popping. It's that quick. It's that quick. All right. I don't do AI classes. I just talk about the capabilities. I talk about what's new. I talk about what's popping. And then we go from there. Let me see something. Let me look at what y'all got going on. Oh, snaps. The deck is not in Waterford. Amanda said, do you want this? Is this the oh, this is a white gold one. Hold on one second. Give me a second. I'll see what my accountant is talking about real quick. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, thanks. Give me a second. I got to make a play. Got to make a play. It's beautiful, bro. It's gorgeous. Look at this, boy. Yo, what up?
What's that?
You said she got it available?
Yeah, she just sent it to me.
Yeah, I think I want. You feeling better? Your voice is still gone.
I'm working on it.
You sound so sick.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
All right. I think I want it.
Okay. The deck is done.
The deck is done?
Yeah.
What's the balance?
He gonna send it to me tonight when he said when he get home.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Get better. I'll get you some medicine and stuff.
Okay, thanks.
All right, bye. All right. All right. So I'll save the last one for tomorrow. We'll do the last one tomorrow. We almost at the 3-hour mark anyway. So man, this watch is beautiful. I got the rose gold one and I got the yellow gold one. I don't have this one yet. It's so beautiful. Green tea and cannabis, if you know. What's green tea and cannabis? Yeah, that's because she's been traveling so much. She went from Chicago, came home for 2 days. She went to Chicago with her mom, came home for 2 days. Then she went to New York with Leslie. Then she came home for 1 day, and then she headed over to Croatia. And then by the time I got to Croatia, she was like, "Oh, I'm feeling a little under the weather." Like, what is going on? So, anyways, all right, y'all. We gonna get back to it tomorrow. Kai says, "What up, AD and the Chasers? Just gained 3250. My goal is REI development. How would you invest it? I was going to invest in an S&P 500 XRP or selling pups." 32, bro. That's a wide range. He said, "I was going to invest in." Bro, just put it in the S&P, bro. Put it in SPY. Just put it in SPY, bro. You're doing a lot. Or if you want to do it, do 5 to 10% and Bitcoin cryptocurrency, and then put the rest in SPY, bro. Don't get involved in all that other shit, bro. This is crazy. Shout out to you, Kai, Key or Kai. It's crazy. All right, y'all. We're gonna be back at it tomorrow. Great show. Great show. We got after hours tonight. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow. Peace.